Trying to be a Catholic YouTuber can be a difficult challenge. It's something that you have to weave and wind and find this fine line. It's the hard road, right? Our Lord talks about taking the high road, the hard road. So, why am I saying this? Why have I been away for so long? You know, why do I drop off the map every once in a while? It's because there's times I just don't feel like I am justified being on here. There's so much work to do within myself that I don't feel like I should be trying to influence or convince anybody of anything. I actually feel that way. So I stop making videos. But then something happens and it gets me going again, and maybe it's right to talk about this kind of stuff because, to be quite frank with you, the Catholic YouTube community in general is very, very disappointing. There's good speakers, there's good Catholic content out there, there's people that make quality videos, podcasts, you name it. And then there's people that elicit emotion. And I'm not going to name any names because I don't think it's fair, and I don't want to jump on this guy. I think this guy's genuine. He's honestly trying. I think he's a good man. But I think a little misguided too. And it was a video that I watched this morning, Sunday morning, titled Taylor Marshall Caught Lying Again. I looked at it and I thought, well, you know what? I'll take a look at it and see what it says. I'm pretty open-minded about what people say. I like to research and do my own thinking, like I'll listen to somebody and I'll listen to somebody else that maybe has a different opinion, and I'll try and work it out for myself, as I think a Catholic should be in this day and age, because there's so much confusion. The problem with YouTubers that elicit emotion is that there's obviously something, in my opinion, in their spiritual life that's very undeveloped. For example, this particular gentleman, I don't think he's been Catholic for very long. I'm not even exactly sure how long he's been Catholic. I know he came from an evangelical background. But you can tell sometimes by the way he talks that he brings in evangelicalism into his Catholicism, in a sense where, you've been a Catholic for 3, 4, or 5 years, you suddenly feel like you can go out and preach, and and if you're good at it and you know what you're talking about, that's good. If you're at least following your duties of state beforehand. So for example, a lot of times I won't make videos because I have to get out there and work. I just don't have time. I've got a big family now, most of them are moving out, but there's that. I've got to do that duty first. I've got to take care of my own soul first. I've got to try and protect my family and make sure that they're getting the spiritual food that they need, that I can provide for them. And then after that, then I can go on YouTube and, try and be inspiring or something like that. That's more my goal. I just want to be inspiring, but I always seem to be coming back to these kind of videos. So Taylor Marshall caught lying again. Well, did he lie? Well, no, I don't think he really did. If you watch this guy's video, I'll put a link to it below this video. You see, the thing with Taylor Marshall is he's based in Thomistic philosophy, which is very cold and logical. Very cold and logical. It's just pure logic. As far as I'm concerned, that's all it is. And Taylor Marshall, I've watched many, many of his videos. I'm a subscriber to him. I've never, ever come away from a video of his feeling like, having any feelings at all. It's just, okay, that was some interesting information. Now I will do my own research and I will decide if I think that's correct. And usually it is. I don't always agree with them, but I've never come away feeling angry or any kind of emotion from watching those videos. And that is the mark of a good Catholic podcast or video maker or anything like that. So, what I saw in this video was a lot of emotion. To me, you know, you've heard me talk about. Let me just move this thing here because I guess I have to put it here. I'm getting used to my new tablet here. Sorry about that. There's platforms out there, podcasters, YouTubers that will try and get you excited. They will try and use your emotions to solicit. It's marketing, right? It's just classic newsroom marketing. Dramatic music, jumping up and down, calling other people names. It's just church militant, for example, right? Michael Voris is never cold and logical. He's demeaning, belittling. He even treats his viewers like children. You know, it's like watching Mr. Dress Up when he starts putting the red letter words on the screen. It's like, what do you think, I'm 5 or something? You know, that doesn't fly with me. I want to listen to somebody that's got a good head on their shoulders, right? You gotta be careful about how you word things. Like when you say Taylor Marshall is using leftist tactics, remember, you called Taylor Marshall's audience schismatics, and you called him a schismatic. You said that he's leading a schism. You used the word schism at least 5 or 6 times in that video. You keep dropping the schiz bomb. You can't drop the schiz bomb. That is a leftist tactic. It's like calling people Nazis. You see? I'm trying to get through to you, my friend. I think you have a lot of potential. But do you see what's going on? You know, these YouTube creators are they're creating division. That is a classical liberal tactic. Create division by calling names. It's the same thing on the traditional side too. Now, if I'm traditionally oriented, yes, and I am, I do go to the Latin Mass, and I do believe that I have the right to choose how to worship. You know, I have the right to choose that. I don't agree with the Novus Ordo. Maybe I think the Novus Ordo is schismatic. Maybe I think Vatican II is schismatic. We can just go back and forth forever. It's not really doing anything, is it? I mean, in the traditional camps, there's the not Catholic enough people too. The resistance, I think there's a, well, I don't actually know all that much about them, but to be honest, but there's always those ones out there that they think that the Pope is, or they're a sedevacantist, or the Pope is this or that. None of us have that ability to judge that. None of us. We only have the ability to judge what's in our own sphere. Like, can we not get this through our head? If we're basing our reactions on emotions, we're just falling into that trap over and over again. I don't think Taylor Marshall does that. In fact, I don't think he even said what you were trying to say. I don't think he lied. He just presented an idea. You read the article about what the full article about what the Pope said, but all Taylor Marshall really said was he's trying to make you think what the Pope didn't say. See, in politics, what a politician or a pope or anybody says or doesn't say means everything. If you're not making a stand, if you're not saying, you know, that law, whatever it is, if it's got to do with abortion at all, is wrong. Yeah, don't come here to the Vatican and say, what do you think about Roe versus Wade? It's a piece of shit. That's what you should be saying as the Pope. Maybe not in those words, but in a popely kind of way. You know what I mean? That's what he's trying to say. He's not lying. He's not taking anything out of context. He's saying exactly what the Pope didn't say. So, does that make me a schismatic now? You know, schiz away. Just Let it fly. Let your skiz go if that's what you think. I'm really tired of this crap. I really am. YouTubers, Catholic YouTubers slashing at each other. Like, come on, But you got to say something sometime, I guess. Maybe that's the way he felt. I guess maybe I'm judging him a little too harshly. But when you are saying something and you have a sizable amount of followers, you do have to be careful, and using the skiz bomb, that's a leftist tactic. The skiz bomb. Hopefully that becomes a word out there. Hey, we're getting skiz bombed again. Yeah, good to see you all again. My subscribers, of course, are all cool. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about anybody that comes across this title, because I'm going to use the same video title to attract as many viewers as I can to this. But for my regular subscribers, you guys are the best, okay? So please don't go away. I am struggling to bring content and struggling with myself so that I feel that I can be justified in bringing any kind of inspiration to any of you out there. So, Catholic Northman out.